Here's our compost. They're really nice. These are my bean transplants. Right, here's a look at my cucumbers. And you put the plant in here. Hi, and welcome back to the garden. I'm Dawn, and Tom and I are going to be planting some string beans today. And I have my cucumbers that I talked about in the previous video. I'm going to do my second round of cucumbers. See what we get done. It's going to be a scorcher today, so we want to get this done pretty quick. And one of the beds that we're going to be putting the string beans in, we had our onions in there. So I started the bush beans in the house. We have to prepare the bed, so we have to take off the plastic. Tom's going to rototill, put some compost in, and then I'll be all ready to put my transplants of my bush beans in here. I'm going to do a little differently when I do my cucumbers. I don't have a lot of cucumbers to plant, but we're going to just do a little bit different than what we're doing with this bed. So we'll take you along and show you how we do it. And today I think is August 5th. And this is our second round of bush beans. This plastic is held down by sod staples. So it's very easy to take them out. I have this little tool that I use all the time. You just stick it under there and you can just pull them right out. I'll do that while Tom's getting the rototiller. Alright, so now all the staples are taken out. These ones are in pretty good shape, so I'll probably reuse these ones. And we'll fold up the plastic and I'll reuse that again too. Now we just fold it up. Bringing it down to here. I got it. All right, it's pretty good. It's my weed pile. All right, we'll also take this one out. Tom's all ready to rototill this bed. All right, 2 down. So we got 2 beds. We're going to put our string beans here. All right, Tom is going to rototill both the beds now. He goes down once and then comes back. The rototills are pretty nice. Now he's doing his second pass. Alright, Tom's getting ready to put the compost down. And here's our compost. It's really nice. It's got manure in there, our scraps, all different things. Tom lets it mature for a really long time. We have a huge pile. And then we have a new pile started for next year. But this is our pile of compost. And Tom will just spread it along top of these. Now Tom's going to put a layer of the compost on the beds. And this is my job. I have these are my bean transplants. So what I do is I have them in flats, and then I take them out of flats and I put them in my tray, and it's easier for us to put them in. So now they're all ready to be planted. I like to sometimes plant them a little shorter than this because the leaves start to stick together and it's hard to get them apart. But it's a perfect root, so it's going to do well. And these are my smaller French beans. They will go in the second bed. Here's a quick look at the stand planter. All it is a cable that goes up to this handle, and you put the plant in here, and then you push into the ground, and when you do that it makes a hole, and then you open it up while it's in the ground and you pull it up, and it leaves the plant right in the ground. Makes the job a lot easier. So Tom's getting his little dibbler. He makes little marks on the ground, and that will show the spacing, and then we'll start planting. All right, so first, before we plant, Tom will take his wheel hoe. He put his little dibbler on here. He made this little thing up. This will go, and it will turn, and it will put a hole every 3 inches. So we go every other hole, and that's a 6-inch spacing on our beans. So Tom will do that now. It just makes a little, so we didn't roll this one, so it's nice and loose, but you can still see the little holes, and that way we can space our things right and in a straight row. Tom's doing a second bed. I have 2 rows of beans that I want to plant, and now we'll start planting. All right, and these are the beans that I took out. Got to get them planted because they're very hot today. Let me get my other flat. And because I pulled them out of the tray and it's very hot out today, they're starting to wilt fast. So we'll get them in, get some water in, and by tomorrow they'll look fine. Then all you have to do is just fill the hole in with dirt. I don't have to dig anything. Just lightly move the dirt into the holes. Tom will give these a nice dose of water. Since it's hot today, they're going to be a little stressed, a little wilty. And by tomorrow morning, they should be fine. And then we'll plant this after we get a bite to eat. All right, second row of beans are in. Now, the only thing I really want to get done today is I have a couple cucumbers I want to put in. So let's go over there. All right, here's a look at my cucumbers. I have Cool Customer, Eureka, Supremo, and then I have my 2 English cucumbers. So I'll only plant a little bit of English cucumber and mostly the pickling cucumbers. But I only have about 20 spaces, so I have to figure out how many I want to plant. So this is the one space I said I was going to plant them, and I have a little spot over there. Tom already dug out the holes for me. I don't know if you can see that these are dug out. So he dug out the holes of the dirt, and then I'm going to fill them with some good compost and plant my cucumbers in there. And we can just throw them in real fast. All right, that should be plenty. All right, so I got my compost, got my cucumbers laid out. These are all pickling cucumbers, and on the other side I did the English cucumbers and a couple pickling. So this will be pretty easy planting. So this is kind of my way of getting the compost in the soil since the fabric's on here. So until something has to be moved, like if we were going to take this whole netting down and the bars, then we would take out the fabric and rototiller everything, put some more compost in here. But since I'm just doing a little bit of planting, this is an easy way to get the compost in here. Then I just have to do these couple and water them in, and the rain will get this dirt off this fabric. So we got that little bit, and this little bit. And my melons are coming along nicely. Looks good. I have some up here. There's 2 of them. And some down here. It's a new one I'm trying on a little baby. Hope I like it. I've never had this kind before, and the reviews were very good on Rare Seeds. You know, Baker Creek Rare Seeds. They always have some nice, unique things. So I'll give it a try. So that's it for our planting day. I do have a couple cucumbers left. I don't know if I have a space to put them. And I'm going to bring these back up to the house because they're not ready to be outside yet. Those are my second sowing of sunflowers. So I hope you enjoyed our planting, and thanks for watching our video, and bye-bye.